And Cetshwayo municipalities are calling for more resources to contain the raging fire at Richards Bay Woodchip mill. Officials are today meeting with KZN's Disaster Management Service in an effort to get more assistance. Damage from the prolonged blaze is estimated to run into billions. Firefighters have been battling the fire for the third day now. Our reporter Ntando Mnyandu is following the story and joins us live. Ntando, a very good afternoon to you. Still battling to contain the flames. Talk to us about what it's looking like on the ground.
Well, indeed, certainly the efforts to try and contain the fire. I think we must stress that the company's approach has, evolved from trying to extinguish the fire, but now they are trying to contain it from one place instead of spreading to all other spaces. So right now we are standing in front of the entrance that leads into a chemicals company called Foscom. Now this company is in harm's way should the fire spread from the neighboring company, which is NCT Woodchip mill. So right now what we understand, and we have been reliably informed, is that there is a meeting that is currently happening underway that includes different stakeholders that will be Cetshwayo district municipality, the local uMhlathuze municipality, and other private companies that want to ensure that this fire is contained and it does not spread to other neighboring factories. What we've been reliably informed as well by the general manager of NCT is that a multidisciplinary joint operations committee has been set up. Now this committee will be chaired by the Provincial Disaster Management Center. Now that speaks to the magnanimity of this problem, that it has now, attracted provincial attention, because as they say, should this problem persist, more industries around this area remains in harm's way.
Very well. Of course, we will continue to keep a very close eye on the developments around the fire, and of course that throughout the course of the day. Ntando, let's leave it there for now. Meanwhile, the NCT Woodchip mill says while the firefighters have made significant progress, strong winds are hampering operations.
Teams worked all through the night. We had teams from Mondi, from the port, from Bell, from uMhlathuze municipality, and their main efforts were to suppress the embers that were blowing onto the untouched piles. They were very successful with that. The wind was slightly in our favor last night. It didn't gust too much, but at 4 o'clock this morning, this stiff breeze that you feel now came through, and it has heightened the risk again for us. And as you rightly said, you can see that the wind has changed angle, but the pile at the back of TWK is at risk, and all our efforts now are to keep the embers at bay for that.
Now, Newzroom says that currently residents are not at risk and more emergency crews are expected to arrive today.
These winds that we see will sit here for about the rest of the week, but I am in touch with the city manager, and he has advised that he will take our call, and if we ask for the close of the roads, they will certainly do it within minutes. So we're good there. So the crews are rotating out, and we're staggering them as much as possible to make it smooth. Right now I'm waiting for new crews to come in from NCT to man the smaller fire trucks and get refreshments into them and fresh bodies on the go.
Right, let's take you back to our reporter Ntando Mnyandu, who's still monitoring the winds there. Of course, Ntando, we know that what is exacerbating these, this fire is the strong winds that, experts are trying to contain. What is expected later on throughout the course of the day, as this now is a matter that's been ongoing for several days?
We are on the fourth day, and from what the company's management is saying, we could run 2 weeks before the blaze, is put out completely. Now that, brings too much stress from neighboring industries. As I said earlier, they are in harm's way. Like behind me, the plant that I'm standing in front, keeps a lot of hazardous materials. When you walk inside the gate, you will see on the wall there are plugs, telling you of things that are not allowed within the premises. And part of those things are naked flames. Now, the neighboring NCT has a lot of that since Saturday morning. So all efforts are being made now to try and contain the fire from spreading between Fourscore and NCT. There is literally a wall. But what I can tell you right now is that we spoke earlier to the district mayor of King Cetshwayo, Mr. Ntando Mnyandu, who had this to say.
We, however, have elevated the report to the disaster of the province. As a result, there is a meeting taking place wherein the disaster section unit from the province will be meeting with all the stakeholders that are relevant for the situation. And the intention is to maybe find out if they can solicit more resources. Post this, what's happening here, there will be a need of sitting down with the relevant stakeholders so that assurance will be given to the investors and even to the residents that there will be more measures which will try to ensure that this is prevented, not only attended when it is happening.
And then there you have it, so there is a multidisciplinary approach to this problem that has been persisting over a couple of days now. But as Newzroom Afrika, we are on the ground and we will ensure that we keep you updated. More so, the communities around uMhlathuze and other neighboring cities. We will ensure that we keep you updated of what is transpiring, but all efforts are being made to try and contain the fire and extinguish it completely. With that, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much. Of course, keeping a very close eye on this developing story in Ntando on the ground. Now, the Water and